I spent 2 years trying to follow a book on OCD that was all about relabeling, reattributing thoughts. Famous book at the time. And I got stuck because I had Harm OCD at the time, and I thought, what if I tried to push my dad down the stairs? And I genuinely thought I did do that, and I did try to do that. So because of that, what happened was I tried to relabel it. So I was like, look, that's just an OCD thought, leave it there, move on. So when I tried to do that, obviously didn't do anything, because it's like, no, you really did try and push your dad down the stairs and really did hurt him. And so then I was constantly trying to convince my brain that this definitely was OCD and wasn't real, that it definitely was OCD, and it's not real. Okay, so that's definitely like that. I was just reading some of the comments on the Instagram post, people being sort of saying negative things about the OCD journey. This is exactly the same as it used to happen in the forums. You used to see this all the time. People that were convinced on one method, completely negative about anything else. This is the way to judge anything. Ask yourself, is what I'm hearing rational and sound like reality and sound helpful for OCD? That's how you judge things. That's how you base things. Always ask yourself, am I listening to somebody who's speaking about rational ideas, not trying to do a quick fix, not trying to tell a story without all the picture painted? Listen to rational points. That is what is key. And that's how I based my whole recovery journey. I thought, I'm just going to learn to become more rational, learn to break down irrational beliefs and work on that. And I knew that if that had to be right, because it followed the way of the Stoicism and the Greek and Roman philosophy, and it made sense. So when I was following that book on relabeling, reattributing thoughts, this didn't work because I was convinced I'd hurt somebody. So that would keep snapping that circuit back into play, because it would keep saying this, it would keep going, well, the thing is with your situation is you've done this, so you don't deserve to not be anxious and chronically guilty, right? You don't need to be anxious and chronically guilty 24/7. So with me it was real, and so I was just trying to follow a question that somebody asked there. With me it was like, you can't just let yourself off the hook by trying to reattribute it. It wouldn't do it, so it would keep firing back into play again and again and again and again, because that's what it does, until you can see that in my situation I needed to see that even if I had acted like that in reality, I could still accept myself. I could still be at peace with myself. I didn't need to keep fighting. I didn't need to keep getting to prove that it isn't real. I could make peace with even if it was real. That didn't mean I agreed with it and it was. It meant that I could be at peace with even if it was gone. That wasn't quick. That took time and practice to do. Most people who swear by thoughts are thoughts, because they don't understand what unconditional self-acceptance is, they think, oh, it's becoming too numb. Oh, it's pushing things away. Oh, it's too... No, it isn't. The reason that Albert Ellis formed that, and the reason that Korzybski, who was often quoted in both books, How to Stubbornly Refuse to Make Yourself Miserable About Anything, The Myth of Self-Esteem, specifically my favourite chapter of The Myth of Self-Esteem, Psychotherapy and the Value of the Human, chapter 4, is that the nervous system doesn't let you off the hook when it's scared. When you are scared of something in reality, the nervous system keeps firing up. If you try and tell yourself that's just an OCD thought again and again and again and again, that becomes a reassurance compulsion that doesn't release. That's what it keeps doing. So what you need to do is you need to learn to have a deeper level of acceptance that gets under all of it. Then it doesn't matter that it keeps doing that, because it doesn't need to do that. So you notice, I'm keep trying to make myself believe it's an OCD thought, but now I'm at peace with even if it wasn't OCD.